everybody, welcome to Beckoned Blackest Night, an actual play live Dungeons and Dragons game on Crit and Miss, the arguably the most bestest Dungeons and Dragons channel in the entire world. Yeah, we have a monopoly on the shit. We're pretty cool. How's everybody doing tonight?
I'm not sure what you mean,
Extremely
arguably.
well. Still
Yeah.
right-handed.
Who's
Still
arguing?
right-handed?
That was amazing, Grace.
It was great.
You're welcome.
That's fantastic.
Thank
Like,
you.
you delivered it perfectly, but you just look so surprised tonight.
Has someone changed their camera around? Why do I have two Fritzes all of a sudden on the overlay? I don't know what's happening.
Because
No.
Fritz is so handsome, you need more than one of him.
Dan is Dan. I can actually see Dan in there.
Yeah.
It's good. He has a camera on.
Yeah. No, I think someone. I don't know what's going on. This show's gone off the rails. That's why I needed someone else to do the introduction for tonight. Thanks for talking us in. I'm gonna fix this.
No, you go. Okay, well, while Sven's fixing the stream, can I pick the banter topic? You know what? Fucking, I'm gonna pick the banter topic.
I'm gonna allow it.
Stream now, bitches. So.
This is why you're the best DM on the channel.
Thank you.
No
Oh my god, I'm gonna cry.
And get on your
This is
feet.
so
It's
sweet.
amazing.
This is so sweet. I think for a banter topic tonight, let me have a thinkaroo. With Halloween coming up, I swear to God, we've talked about this before, but like favorite. Do we all watch horror movies? Are we all horror movie fans?
No.
Yes. Sometimes,
I
if
like
they're good.
thrillers. Yeah, I like thrillers and like slashers. I do not like ghost shit.
I was thinking about it the other day. I'm not sure if you guys remember. There was a kids movie called Monster House, and
Yeah.
Oh, that
it
was
was
fucked.
genuinely the most traumatizing thing I've ever watched. And so it got me thinking for our banter topic tonight. What is a children's movie that you watched when you were a child that could genuinely be a horror movie?
Oh yeah. Yeah, do you want me to start?
Yeah, you go. You go, Jam.
Yeah.
You go, Glenn.
The never-ending story.
Yes. Immediately,
Yeah.
yes.
The nothing. Oh, Atreyu dying. My
the
God.
Dark Crystal. The Dark Crystal.
Oh,
The
that shit's evil.
Skeksis, man. The Skeksis are terrifying.
Nah. Oh, and Return to Oz. Who the fuck
Yes.
thought that up?
That's
that
what I was
shouldn't
gonna
exist.
say.
I thought it was a fever dream. For so long, guys. But it was real.
All right, Dan.
I've got two Christians as well. For some reason.
The one that got me as a kid was Roald Dahl's Witches.
That's a
Yes.
good one.
That got me, and to the point where I couldn't put my arm down, like have it over my side of the bed when I slept. I thought there was witches underneath my bed that would grab me and pull me under.
Their fingers are
Oh,
creepy.
bless.
Did you see Anne Hathaway recently starred in like the new Witches? And she did it
Yeah.
so well, but like, their fingers are
not the same.
terrifying. I can't with the fingers. I can't.
Yeah.
I can't.
Witches was.
But-
Oh, Edward Scissorhands.
I never saw
Really?
Edward Scissorhands. I really need to.
Is that scary?
I had to
or
leave a
sad? I
sleepover.
found it
I
sad.
had to leave a sleepover. I was 6 and I was at a friend's house.
Oh, yeah,
we were having
6,
a
yeah.
sleepover. Yeah, and we watched it for some reason, and I had to go home. We had to call my parents, and I had to go home. I was crying. I was a sensitive child.
No, that's so valid. Christian.
So, look, it's not a children's movie, but like even as a kid, I liked sci-fi movies like Star Wars and stuff like that.
Yep.
And so I watched this as a kid, both because it was sci-fi and because my mum loved it and really loved Laurie Petty and Naomi Watts, some of the main characters in it. Tank Girl, because the kangaroos in it looked fucking horrendous and
Really?
terrifying.
Really?
Yeah.
I'm gonna look
That
this
movie.
up.
What's it about?
The
Pamela Anderson.
human kangaroo hybrids, Tank Girl. It's like a post-apocalyptic movie that is very like Wayne-y and crazy.
Oh yeah.
It's awesome. It's great. I was actually thinking Barbed Wire. Barbed Wire is Pamela Anderson. Tank Girl's a different girl. but it's still amazing.
So is this live action?
Yeah.
Looking here now. Tank girl, and I'm gonna look what the kangaroos look like.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my god.
Oh Jesus, no! That's fucked.
I will
I'm
send
sorry
a
you had to
photo.
experience that.
I will do a Sven and I'll send a photo to the Discord so that we all know so that we're all on the same page and we all know what we're looking at. By God, these things they're a thing. They're a thing, that is for sure.
That shouldn't have happened. They shouldn't exist.
They kind of look like rats.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You're like a were
Mod,
rat
what
sort of
got
thing.
you?
Well, I knew Dan was going to say witches, so I skipped ahead to the one that traumatized me the most. Witches was the most iconic, but this one here, Ernest Scared Stupid, was a comedy about. There was a whole series of Ernest ones, like Ernest Does Christmas, Ernest Halloween, Ernest whatever.
Goes to camp.
Ernest Goes to Camp, and this one was literally a troll that went around and turned kids to dolls, and then like sat them, and it looked a lot like the Gobbledoc. And I watched that movie the same night that I watched Stephen King's It.
Oh my
No.
God.
And I think I was only like 6 or 7 or 8 probably. And every time I walked, because my house was massive, but empty. So the downstairs was like just like the floor of the, so like a giant dirt thing, all dark, no light. So you'd walk through the basement of the house, which is a massive open space, and I would see this Gobbledoc creature like running up to me to turn me into a toy. And I'd like, oh my God! Absolutely terrified.
Oh no.
That is so
no.
scary.
But just to, I know everyone's going to rush out and see it, but just so you know, the caliber of movie I'm talking about is to defeat it at the end, because it turned all the kids to dolls. Ernest had to beat it with love. So it's trying to fight him, and he's going,
With love.
come here, I love you, come here. And he goes up and he gives it a big hug and a kiss, and it farts itself and then explodes.
Wow.
So it's literally a comedy I was terrified of.
Comedy can be
There's a
terrifying.
new movie out now. I can't remember what it's called.
Ask Will
But there's
Smith.
a new movie that people have been taking their kids to, which kids have been leaving distraught. It's by
Ooh.
Angel Studios. Let me find out what it's called.
Hellraiser.
Studios kids movie.
The Conjuring 4, The
No.
Last Rites, which by the way sucks. No one go see that. Save yourself $17. It
Every
sucks.
single Conjuring movie
Sketch.
sucks.
It's
No,
sketch.
the second one is amazing. How dare you? How
Trash.
dare you blaspheme, Sven?
All of it. Trash.
It's called Sketch. If anyone's interested, it's not good.
Sketch.
The second Conjuring
What?
movie is objectively amazing. I'm sorry.
What?
The Nun. I went to see it at the cinemas, and I used to get texts with The Nun sent to me sporadically by my family because they knew how scared I was. So I'd just be chilling, and I'd just get nunned. It wasn't very good.
Yeah.
Get none.
Yeah, not good.
Sven, what about you? What children's movie or TV show traumatized you?
I want to preface this with a movie suggestion for those people who like good horror. I watched a movie recently, and I've been trying to what's the right word here? Encourage Jem to watch it as well, but she has thus far rejected my offers. It's called The Empty Man. It hasn't. It's
No,
not
I know why.
reviewed that particularly well, but if you can get through the first half an hour or so, I promise you, if you like cosmic horror, cult stuff, check it out. It is.
No, The Babadook is the best
It'll
horror
surprise
movie.
you. No,
I stand by it.
please trust me. Check it out. It's a good movie. Anyway, where was I? My contribution to this conversation isn't a movie per se, because I can't remember that many movies that I watched as a kid. I do remember, however, my parents taking me to Jurassic Park when I was a child.
Ooh, yeah.
And I remember being just so terrified, down to the very core of my being, just absolutely horrified by what was going on the screen, that I was hiding under chairs and stuff like that. And then it was a few years ago, I found a book that I wrote the next day at school, and it was like a diary from school, and I wrote in it, I saw Jurassic Park at the movies and I wasn't scared at all, and I drew a little picture of me watching Jurassic Park, and it was a lie. It was a blatant lie. So I know where Torben gets it from.
Yeah, so the emotional like tricking yourself started early, did it?
It did, yeah. I learned to lie to myself very early on, and it has been a skill that's really helped me through life. But the thing that my contribution is, did anyone watch Star Trek Next Generation? Any Next Gen fans amongst you? Anyone?
I did. I don't remember it though.
No one's
I was more Red Wolf and shit.
Not religiously.
Not religiously. We watched it religiously.
I'm a Stargate one.
It was one of those things that I watched with my whole family. We'd all like sit down on the couch. My dad would fall asleep halfway through, and we'd all watch Star Trek Next Generation. It's a very fond memory of mine. If it's a real one, it might not be. I have those floating around in there. But there is an episode, and I just looked it up because I couldn't remember the name of it. It's called Schisms? Yes, Schisms. And it is episode number 131. And it is an episode where I haven't read the synopsis of it yet. I'm just going by memory here. But some of the crew members start having these flashbacks of memories of like things that basically seem like alien abductions. Like people remember being like on a metal table and these creatures examining them, and there's like this, they made like this weird clicking sound. And as the episode progresses, more and more crew members come forward having the same memory. And it was something to me when I was a little kid, when that episode came out and I watched it. It may have left some long-lasting scars, not unlike Jurassic Park. For some reason.
Do you think that because when we were younger, the internet wasn't a thing, like our parents and stuff, like you couldn't go to like a parent's guide if you weren't quite sure about something? You just turn up and hope for the best?
You didn't know. You never knew. Yeah. And like Star Trek, could vary so wildly in its themes. Like
it's great for
99% of the time, it's just people having sex in the holodeck. And then all of a sudden, it's one episode. Really? Yeah, oh yeah. People... What? That thing was a death trap. I don't know why they had that on that ship. It'd be every second episode something goes wrong on the holodeck because someone was misusing it.
Yeah, see, that's not a family show then. What was I missed all of that.
The sex was implied. The sex was implied. Okay, we knew what they were doing on there. We knew, but they never said it outright.
I didn't. I've always been autistic. I would have had no idea. Nah.
I didn't know then, but I know now. There must have been one crew member on that ship whose one job was to clean up the holodeck after people were finished with it.
I've heard that before. You've said that before.
Have I?
I don't know why. I don't know why that's come up.
I thought I was being original. Dear. Speaking of original things...
just to add to the horror storyline here, the TV show From is absolutely outstanding if anyone needs a TV show.
Yeah?
It's a horror TV show with a lot of psychological thriller in it, and it's from the creators of Lost. Unreal.
That's fantastic. That's going on my list. I can give you 2 recommendations. Alien Earth, fucking brilliant. Like one of the best shows we've seen in ages, I spent.
Yeah, come for the aliens, stay for the soundtrack.
It's fucking amazing. And Ted Lasso, if anyone hasn't seen it, I'm so late to the party. Yeah. It makes me so happy. Oh my God.
It's such a feel-good show.
It is, but it's so deep, isn't it? Like.
Oh yeah, it hits so many. Yeah.
Oh, the stuff with his dad. I'm like, oh my God. Like, I love it. I've got about 7 episodes left, and I'm going to be so sad when it's done. Like, my favorite.
Thematically,
I recommended it to my boss. I recommended it to my boss, and he came back after he's like just binged the hell out of it, and he goes, if I had have known I was going to cry that much during it, I wouldn't have started it.
Yeah.
And I'm like,
yeah.
yep.
There are some truly terrifying TV shows. Like, I remember there was this TV show that used to air on ABC called Grizzly Tales for Gruesome Kids. And I distinctly remember there was this one where this girl got turned into a frog for being selfish, and then they ran over her with a lawnmower.
Bitch.
Oh.
That's what she gets.
Oh no.
I mean, it's the clues in the name, I guess.
Like, it is, like, the shit in this show was, like, actually more, like, petrifying.
All right, so
Goosebumps.
like you mentioned, someone's got me on speaker. Who's got me on speaker? Who's doing that? Anyway, doesn't matter. What I was going to say was we got a couple good suggestions. We've got Halloween coming up, so if you're starved for things to watch on Halloween, you want to get scared, maybe you want to cry, and you've caught up with every episode of Beckoned Blackest Night, check out one of those shows. If you can't choose
Ted Lasso, Halloween.
what you want to watch, make sure you check out fruitbowldice.com, because you can buy yourself some items there that can help you make decisions. If you're gripped with indecision, like every Dungeons and Dragons character ever, standing in front of a door, you can buy yourself some dice and you can roll them, and those dice can determine what you do. And the only place you can buy dice, of course, anywhere in the world, is fruitbowldice.com. Use the affiliate code Miss at checkout. Get yourself a free gift. Speaking of free gifts, we did go a little bit over with our banter tonight, but you know what? Everyone loves the banter.
It's because I pick really good banter topics.
It's because you pick good banter.
You should let me pick the banter more often.
Yeah, I'll do that. Christian, how do you feel about that? More bant, less D&D. What do you reckon?
No.
No?
That's
Okay.
why we're here, right?
You can tell Christian is only here for the banter and nothing else.
Let's do what I promised we were going to do, and go across the board, do a quick little recap. Recap doesn't have to necessarily be only what happened in last week's episode. And if you haven't already seen it, it's a doozy. When you finish this one, make sure you go back and check it out. It's a short episode, so you can squeeze it in your lunch break. We'll go across the table. Everyone give you a recap. Try and touch on a few points that you think are relevant. And maybe you get a hero point, or maybe you fucking don't. I don't know. Let's start with you, Christian. What do you got for us?
So that it's easy for other people, I might just touch on like almost like a character recap for like Fujin. So obviously the fight concluded after a horrendous dismembering of the upper torso of Irina as this thing crashed down upon her.
I didn't know that happened. Oh,
Yeah, no, she just died.
No, yeah. I'm pretty sure there was a large gash and just ripping apart of sort of like one of the shoulders and the arm area.
Oh, God.
The limbs are still intact, but it was a pretty just vicious like mauling almost. Fujin and Tane, predominantly with help from everyone, but a large smite in the face to the creature and a angered flurry on the top of this thing's back from Fujin ended up bringing it not only to death, but to its own dismemberment. As running over, her brother came to help. Fujin then went sort of onto town of the corpse of the creature. Wanting to see if there was any sort of support or help, Fujin rushed over to his compatriots to see if anyone could do anything, and they said to just leave it in their hands. And so he wandered off into the tree line to get some peace and quiet and just try to center himself and not go too overboard, flip out with what had just happened. She'd shown her first sort of sign of strength and courage attacking this thing, and is now dead because of it. He went into the woods, found a doll in some of the tree lines nearby, signs that the graveyard maybe has been here for a very long time, and brought the doll back, which looked eerily like Irina, some sort of maybe sick twist of fate almost, or maybe even cursed magic from hags or Strahd himself, the devil. and brought it back to Ismark to show. Ismark mentioning that it's made by a famous toy maker in Vallaki known as Bolinski. And that's sort of where it sort of wrapped up, with Fujin trying to console Ismark and talk about the ideas that there's this really holy relic there that's keeping Strahd at bay. There's a famous cathedral, a famous sort of reverend, and maybe we can go and he might have some sort of holy magic from the Morning Lord to possibly help bring her back, as we all feel this was too soon for her. And that's where the session ended, at least for Fujin's part.
Yes, gone too soon, some might say. Some might say not soon enough. Carrion Crawler certainly thought so. You are correct, yeah. It was massive damage rules that finally put her down, so I would say, yeah, it's a pretty grisly scene. But, you know, you're hardened adventurers. You guys have seen violence before, maybe not at this level. So I guess some of you are dealing with better than others. Let's talk about you, Grace. You weren't here last week, so maybe recap some things that have happened before that.
Oh, geez Louise, you expect me to remember that session? I was like 3/4 of the way asleep.
Doesn't necessarily have to be the episode before that. Just some things that have led up to now that you think might be relevant.
Well, Thana, you know, she, like, I guess if you've played BG3, I would sort of akin her to a Shadowheart sort of character. She's on her journey of self-discovery, so every year, the Cloister sort of sends their people out into the world to, you know, have a crisis of faith, or, like, you know, come back more loyal. And she's been having trouble connecting with her god. She had a little bit of an incident poo-y thing when she tried to cast a spell and a dude was like, "There is no god," which was really interesting. She did not like that, so she's been having a little bit of a crisis of faith the last couple of sessions. And last session I was here for, Bill healed her, which she was none too pleased about. And yeah, she was like definitely not happy about that. But like, I don't know, like, obviously, because I wasn't here, so I'm not sure how much of this she would have seen. Or if she would be like, yeah, I don't know, but we'll have to see how it plays out. But yeah, no, she's just, at the moment, I think she's just like following along with everyone and, you know, just exploring new things.
I like to explore new things, not in a weird way. Well, actually, no, maybe a little bit of a weird way. But you know what's not weird? Knowing that Thana was witness to the entire event. Everything that happened, Thana saw it all go down.
Oh, awesome.
Yeah, you had a front row seat to that, not unlike me having a front row seat to that episode of Star Trek: The Next Generation that's scarred me for the rest of my life. Speaking of things that have scarred me for my entire life, Mod, what do you have to add to our recap?
I think Christian nailed it. The like, Tane was sort of right there. The only thing that sort of changes is Tane did give a glorious shield to Irina to try and protect her. And he had the choice to give her more health or give himself more health, and he chose himself because he thought he would act as a frontline fighter and not the girl with no armor or anything on. She thought differently, and it ended with her dying, but Tane does blame himself.
Was it bravery? Was it naivety? Maybe it was just defiance.
I think it was a paralyzed state.
It was definitely the paralyzed state. That's what did it at the end of the day. And, you know, being paralyzed, standing in front of a horrifying monster, that in itself is just a horrifying thought, isn't it? Like, you got this creature.
Yeah. Well, it's not good.
No, I couldn't think of anything worse.
This poor person, like, had a lot of their agency taken away in recent times as well.
She has.
If you look at it like that.
Speaking of people with a lack of agency, Dan, what do you got to add to the recap?
Just like Mod said, Christian did a really good job of recapping most of it. The one thing that I will add that we did loot the corpse and get some poison vials.
You did.
And the thing at the end that Bill noticed was he saw a little shakiness in his usually overly confident friend Tane Nue. And he did try to console him, and he's a little bit worried about him.
You should be. They bring up a good point too. You did say that you looted the body of the creatures, but one thing you have not looted, and
Is Irina.
Is Irina. I don't know how much. I don't know how much her brother will let you get away with, but I will tell you this, and this goes against what Mod said earlier as well. She is not unarmored. She is in fact wearing a breastplate. So she has that, and she also has a rapier, and an adventurous. Let's say she has an adventurous kit or whatever the fuck people carry around with them. So if you want to take that, you can. Last, definitely not least, Mr. Fritz Longview. Jem, what do you have? Again, you weren't here last episode, not unlike Grace. So if you want to recap something from beforehand that you think might be relevant to your situation, please feel free.
I just think that, Fritz is at a stage where he's acting quite impulsively. I think he's getting a little bit frustrated, feeling quite disempowered, and might not be making the best decisions at the moment. I think that, his age is going to factor into it as well. Lack of sleep. He's feeling quite vulnerable. And although he wasn't there last week, seeing Irina go down like that, oh dear, probably would have, shaken him quite a lot, because she was sort of their beacon of like what they were trying to protect, and being quite chivalrous, and losing someone like that is going to be very challenging. So I think that he's happy. Bright Eyes is alive. Bright Eyes can now like do all kinds of shit. Like, he's had a lot of growth, but he's also pissed off. So yeah, I'm interested to see what comes out of this episode. And it sounded like last week was brutal, and I think you guys all handled it really well. So good job.
Yes. Nothing says handled it well like a dead lady.
Yeah.
Well, one dead lady.
One dead lady. It's only one, so that's okay. You handled it pretty good. Yeah, and that's where we're going to pick up tonight's episode. You can all have your hero point or whatever.
Yeah.
So you all recapped what's happened very recently, but I think it's pertinent as well for anyone who might be watching this, to let everyone know we have a party of adventurers. They were contracted by a man who identified himself as Arigal to come to a place called Barovia Village to help him purge a house that he had apparently inherited from some long-lost relatives of an alleged haunting. As you went about doing so, you began to discover that maybe he was not being entirely on the up and up. He wasn't being perfectly honest, as you discovered a couple of things. I think it was a deed to the house, bequeathing the property as well as a windmill to the owner's children, whom you later met, or at least you met the metaphysical remnants of those two children in the form of ghosts. You purged the house, you moved on, you did as you were bidden by Arigal, and went to meet him at the Blood of the Vine Tavern in the village of Barovia, only to discover that he was not there, as he promised he would be. Rather, you met a gentleman by the name of... Bear with me. Ismark. Ismark, who introduced himself. So hot. He's so hot right now.
Oh, yes. Fritz is really into him, by the way.
Yeah, me too. Because it's me. And he introduced himself as the current de facto burgomaster of the village of Barovia. The previous burgomaster, the previous person who held that position being his father, having recently passed away, and he asked you to meet him back at his mansion, where he tells you that his dad indeed passed away recently after their house had been under siege for several weeks by an enigmatic figure that he only would identify as the devil, who had apparently shown some interest in his sister, Irina Kolyana. Now,
can we make it a bit more clear that it wasn't just interest? Like, he's been harassing this woman.
Interest is maybe not the right word. Obsession.
No. Yeah.
Might be the right word. Because I don't know about you, but when I'm interested in someone, I don't send werewolves to knock down their door. That might just be a me thing, though. I've been out of the dating scene
Or
for a
try
while.
and kill them multiple times.
Anyway, Ismark asks you, or tells you rather, we have traditionally 3 nights of mourning when someone of note passes here in Barovia. 2 nights have passed. Tonight is the 3rd night. I believe after this, the devil will be back to claim Irina for himself. To what end, he does not know. But he has asked you to take her to the relative safety of a place called the Cathedral of St. Andrew, or the Church of St. Andrew, whatever I called it. It's a cathedral. He probably would have told you that. In a town called Vallaki, about a day's walk from the village of Barovia. However, Irina refuses to leave until her father is buried. Blah, blah, blah. You bury him. There's a whole shit with a priest. He gets possessed. Gives you a very macabre invitation to the castle Ravenloft from the Lord of Barovia. So you now have 2 possible directions in which you can go. But either way, you decide it is time to leave this shithole once and for all. You leave the village of Barovia. You're only about maybe an hour or so away from the village, I think, give or take. You come across a crossroads. Of course, you are harangued by these creatures, carrion crawlers that were feasting upon the remains of corpses freshly buried within the graveyard on the side of the road. And Irina dies dramatically, eviscerated by one of these carrion crawlers. And that's where the 4 of you, as well as Ismark, and of course, fan favorite Bright Eyes, find yourselves now on this little roadside cemetery. Ismark is just on the outside perimeter of this cemetery, his back against the thigh-high stone wall that marks the perimeter, just cradling the body of Irina. Just tears running down his face, sobs racking his body. I wish I could say that it was not a gruesome scene, but it is. Because as Christian mentioned earlier, Irina's whole upper body has been torn open. What I want to know is what is going through each of the characters' heads right now in this moment. Who wants to pick it up from there?
So we're going a little bit back in time to when it had just happened.
Yeah, I just want to... because I didn't want to punish you guys for Grace and
doing
Jem
other
not
stuff.
being there. So we're going to say time is fluid at the moment.
Okay.
I'm not going to rush you into making any decisions here. I want you guys to really work with this scene.
Look, Fujin will. I'll act first, but also just putting, I guess, the girls back into a space of like what was happening. As the creature had just been defeated, Fujin spends a good 20-30 seconds still attacking this thing with his scimitar in one hand, fist in the other, ripping bits of its carapace off, slamming into the flesh as Tane was shouting at him that it's already dead and to get off, and then sort of sliding off of it towards her body, with Ismark just sort of standing there, heaving very heavy breaths from, I guess, the exertion of the physical activity he just did, but also just in sort of like non-belief, is just going to be standing over her quietly at the moment.
Thana sort of like is standing there in shock at what just happened, and she's like looking down at her hands and then back up at Irina, and then she sort of looks at Bill and is like, could you show me how you did that?
And it starts raining again.
The heal thing. The healy thing.
It comes from inside. It's all about the words.
She sort of like walks over and stands next to Fujin.
My passive perception is pretty high, so hearing this in the background, I'll sort of snap out of it a little bit. One of you can do something? You just mentioned healing. What can be done?
In the cloister, one day I was scrounging around in the library and I stumbled across a book that I probably shouldn't have read. It was on the pile of books that was supposed to be burned, and in the pile I read this spell. I might not be able to bring her back, but I might be able to sort of keep it like this, if that makes any sense. It would be against literally everything I was taught, and like it would be going against Hades, and like I would be shunned. It's not something that it's sacrilegious.
But it would help her, possibly?
It would sort of stave off death until we come up with a bit more of a permanent solution, I suppose. Like something that I can... I ideally, perhaps I can... If I find another book or a scroll or something, I might be able to... And Bill has healed people before. Maybe we could knock our heads together and figure something out. But,
we need to do that then. They're in this position because of us. They left the city because of us. We did this to them, not that thing. And I'll point over to the carrion crawler's body.
And she sort of like looks at everyone and she's like, is this what you guys really want? Me to forsake literally everything I am?
I mean, I think this process and journey is causing us to change completely. I thought I was an accountant.
You were never an
You still are.
Conflict.
You are
You can take the
very
boy from
talented.
accountancy, but you can't take the accountancy from the boy.
Yes. Yes.
You can't take the accountant out of the hook.
Accountant man, Pop. Accountant man.
A little bit desperate, I will come up to beside you and grab your wrist a bit too tightly, not knowing, but just in desperation, that it probably even starts to hurt a little. Dire situations call for dire action. Hades.
Fujin. Thana, I think I might have a way that we could do this without you having to forsake everything.
No, it's okay. It's okay. Let's. What were you going to? I think I can do it.
But I think that if we look at it, by doing this, we're getting rid of many, many more undead. Irina is something that we need to fulfill our quest. Yes? Without her, with her, we can get to more undead. We can, fulfill Hades' wishes more than just keeping this one person stable would do. I do not want you to forsake your beliefs, but this might be something that you can do both. Does that make any sense? Because we do need her.
Thana sort of looks at Fujin and with a continued sort of I guess in this moment she really I don't know, you know what I mean? She sort of saw the budding romance between Fujin and Irina, and she wants to know how badly he wants this.
Yeah, look, the tightening in your wrist is continuing. I guess a welling up in his eyes, and doesn't know how to tell you to just forsake everything that you want, because that's what he was trying to convince Irina to do, to have goals and aspirations and things she wanted, and he doesn't want to tell you to do the opposite. So he's probably just going to be mumbling, please, under his
Okay.
Don't care about
And
Hades.
the passion that you hear in his voice begins to ignite something within you. And those words echo and echo through your head until they begin to drown out the sound of the rain and the distant thunder. And those words continue to echo and change and timber, turning into something far more harsh, like burning oil. It ignites a deep feeling of despair inside of you, but also somehow something comforting, something like home, something that you've heard before. A voice all too familiar begins to speak in your mind. Preserve the body. Listen to their words. Save the flesh. This I compel of you. Bring the vessel of flesh to me, and I shall stitch the soul back onto the bone and the marrow. Tatiana is the key to my curse. Bring her body to me unspoiled, and I shall free her from the tyranny of the gods, as I have been set free. Together we can cast aside the shackles of mortality and embrace a world where our souls ours to do with as we wish for all eternity. And that begins to echo and drown and mingle with the sound of the rain once more as the world comes crashing back around you. I'm not sure what everyone else sees in Thana as this happens to her, but I'll let you decide that, Grace.
I think her eyes just like, you know when you like look into somebody's eyes and you can just see there's nothing there? I think the lights are just like not even on upstairs. I think for a moment she's just like empty. Like it's like her soul has left her body. And then she's just gonna look at Fujin and she's like, Hades, help me. And then she's going to cast Gentle Repose. So you touch a corpse or any other remains for the duration the target is protected from decay and can't become undead. The spell also effectively extends the time limit on raising the target from the dead, since days spent under the influence of the spell don't count against the time limit of spells such as Raise the Dead. So theoretically, what I'm thinking, because this only lasts 10 days, sort of my thinking around this would be that it would, for all intents and purposes, be like sticking something in a morgue fridge. And as long as I sort of, on day 9, recast it, it will sort of stave off the decomposition process. That's my theory anyway, Sven. Hopefully, maybe. Or I am happy to pump my heroic inspiration into it and make it more like a Snow White slumber kind of deal, where it's like something a little bit more permanent, maybe.
Look, as much as I would like to take your heroic inspiration off of you for no reason at all, you're pretty much spot on with how this spell works. You generally have 60 seconds to cast Revivify, I think it is. Please correct me if I'm not getting the name of that right. Yeah. Obviously, that's not enough time. But you have this spell. I think it's a first level spell, Gentle Repose. It's just going to keep the body in the condition that it's in at the moment without any further decomposition, thus extending that 1 minute period to 10 days if you need it. The question is now, we've cast this spell, and maybe Ismark is like, he can sense the difference, and he looks up to you with tear-streaked cheeks. Maybe there's a bit of snot as he's lost in his despair. He's given up on all sense of personal dignity, forgotten about it in this moment. And he looks up towards you and he's like, what? What did you do? What did you do to her?
It's a bit hard to sort of explain, and sort of Thana like is like cupping Irina's face, and she sort of starts glowing with this eerie green pale light, and I think in this Irina's eyes would start bleeding blood, so it's like really weird because Thana's bleeding from her eyes, Irina's bleeding from her eyes. She's like, I know this looks bad, but essentially, if I read the book correctly, which I may have, basically what this will do is it's kind of like if you were to take a sand dial and lie it on its side. It's not really, the sand's not really pouring either way. It's kind of, it's a bit of an indefinite pause, if that makes sense. And it's theoretically, I suppose, from what I remember from that book, if I just sort of keep casting it, it's, you know, we sort of have an indefinite amount of time to, I guess, to take our next steps. And she looks at Fujin and she's like, I'm sorry, I couldn't do more.
I'll probably follow in now with the roleplay of last session, and I don't really know what Fujin would even respond with. He has no idea either. Like, he's thankful, but she's still obviously lying there dead, a mess. This is more just like a, like you said, like a blanket, a fridge. So he'll probably just let go of your wrist, leaving like honestly like finger marks indented from how tight he was squeezing it, and just storm off into the woods, not wanting to cause any trouble.
And all that stuff happens that we spoke about in last week's episode.
Yeah.
Thana
So
will
when
sort
we
of
cut
like
back-
call out behind him and like, oh geez, thanks Thana for forsaking your god and everything. Oh no worries, Fujin.
Speaking
It's
of
all
which,
good. It's so fine.
oh, we did cover the fact that you found the doll, correct? Yes, in your
Yes.
recap. Yes, of course. So
Yeah,
that
would
stuff
happen
happens.
now, correct?
Yeah, as you're looking for
Yeah.
that doll, maybe you hear Thana shouting her sarcastic remarks to you as you walk into the bushes. You find, of course, the remains of tombstones, smashed and just. I think of this as like you got the roads, you have the little cemetery, and then there's like a decline into like the woods that surround the area, and it's almost like people have just cast old bits of headstone into the off the hill and into the bushes, and you sort of find them. You find the doll, of course, as we mentioned earlier, and we get cut back to the rest of the party, the rest of the crew, and maybe Ismark is like, "Are you saying that somehow she can be saved?"
Well, I'm certain. I mean, the cloister I grew, as I mentioned before, the cloister I grew up in, we don't really practice the kind of magic where people can be brought back from the dead. It's rather shameful, actually, if I'm being quite honest. And she looks at Bill and she's like, I would almost be talking to him. He seems to know a little bit more about this than I do, but maybe perhaps we can liaise or something. I don't this works. I mean, I suppose I'm capable of casting healing magic. I don't know anymore. But yes,
Well-
I suppose now, for the moment, the hourglass is laid on its side. The sand is not ticking in either direction. For this moment, she is in gentle repose.
Then what do we do now? Where should we go from here? Iron Dancer, if you know anything, please speak.
I don't know anything of death, especially not when we've got Thana here, but what of the Vistani? They seem magical in nature. Do they know any healing magic? Or are we best off going to this church you spoke of, the St. Andrew's?
The Cathedral of St. Andrew. Yes, that would be the only place that I would be comfortable taking her body. The Vistani,
It's not a body. She's still there.
Yeah, well,
Yes.
I don't know
course.
how to explain it, but it's almost as if we've lassoed her spirit and sort of dragged it slightly more back to her body. We've kind of put a bit of a block on her passing on, if that makes sense. So it's
limbo.
entirely possible she's around listening to us. I wouldn't be awfully surprised if her spirit didn't hang around her body.
if anyone
Um,
could save her, it would be the Bishop of St. Andrew. He's a good man. Friends of the family, not unlike, well, I guess he's the only man that I would think might have enough know-how. He is, of course, the chosen here of the Morning Lords within the village, even above Father Donovich, Father Lucian Provich. If anyone knows how to stitch the soul back into the body, it would be him, but I worry what the consequences of this kind of action could be. Would it truly be her?
I mean, I guess that depends where you sit theologically. I'm not entirely sure I'm the best person to be speaking to about this. I'm not entirely sure how I feel about my faith anymore. But if you ask me, I don't really think this is a way to live. I certainly wouldn't want to be brought
Right.
back.
Listen, we don't know if all those nasties that were going to come after you after 3 days are going to come now. We're midway through the day. If we're going to this cathedral, it's more than 4 hours away. So I'm sorry to be indelicate, but we need to get... And I start moving over to grab the body, bring Pony Soprano. We need to get on the road. We need to get Fujin. We need to get Gorn. Otherwise, we're all dead.
Agreed.
Did we hear the voice talking to Thana?
No. No, you did not.
Okay.
We
But you
can
definitely saw the light leaving her eyes.
Well,
we can
I'm
definitely
wondering.
talk on the... Sorry, yeah.
Yeah, sorry. I'm wondering whether that's a factor. Like whether that's something you'd share with us, Thana. Like,
Thana looks rattled, and honestly, I mean, you guys are welcome to roll it, but like, honestly, the last couple of weeks, especially Fujin and Fritz, she's been off. Like, she hasn't been
Yeah.
her usual self, and so like, it wouldn't be unreasonable for them to think, oh, she's just having another crazy bitch moment.
Tell you what, those who are interested in it, roll an insight check. Tell us what it is, and I'll let Grace decide how much information she divulges based on that roll.
just doing it now. Yeah, that's nothing. That fits.
Yeah, no, she's just being a normal self.
Yeah.
Okay.
She's quirky. She's just a quirky girly.
I think Fritz would know something else is up though. Like he's been traveling with Thana for a while.
Hmm.
And I think that Fritz would be concerned that the kind of magic that we need isn't something we can get in a church.
Okay,
It might be beyond that.
I'll get you to roll something else. Roll me a religion check, because it sounds like Fritz is thinking about things now. Thinking about options, thinking
Yeah.
about what's possible.
But he's also really dumb.
Yeah,
So he got a 6.
so he got a 6.
I mean, can I help on the religion check? Can I provide advantage? Like, I guess the way it would work mechanically is that if Fritz asked Thana a question, she could answer it, thus giving Fritz advantage.
Go for it.
Okay.
Alright. That's an 8?
That's an 8.
Is it? Yeah, I've got -2. It's because I'm rolling virtual dice. It's my fault. I should be using my
Can I
fruit
roll
bowl
a
dice.
religion
Oh, you
check
need
on the
fruit bowl.
voice in my head?
On the voice in your head. Different subject.
Like, obviously, I just want to know what that was. Let it inform my decision making.
Yeah, you can roll a religion check for the voice inside your head.
Darty dar. Oh, I got a nat 1. That's not helpful.
Oh, what is happening?
Don't know nothing.
You're
You
convinced
don't know nothing.
it was Steve Buscemi.
Steve
Oh, I
Buscemi.
knew it.
Convinced,
It
100%.
always was.
I'm kind of sick of being a dum-dum in this campaign, honestly. It's really hard.
Why do you think I make only intelligent characters? You'd be surprised
no,
how
never
important it
again.
is to have, skills beyond
Idiot.
just combat skills, because it could be so incredibly frustrating to roll low. But I will tell you this. You've got your heroic inspiration. If there's any piece of information that you are like, I need that. I really need that. Talk to me. We can
Oh.
work something out.
I'd like to know. I'd like to know what's up with Thana. I really would. I think that we keep running headfirst into things. And Fritz is sort of thinking, no, we actually need to plan this time. But, yeah, I don't know how successful that will be because, yeah, dum-dum.
Okay, because that is something that Thana's character has, I'm not going to say you can have that, because I want that to be something that she can divulge or not divulge. I'm willing to say that you saw her blank out for a moment. And I'll let you decide
Yeah.
how well you know Thana, to sort of influence how that might change the way that your character reacts to that sort of momentary phasing out. Of course, you have gone through some pretty harrowing events in the last 24 hours or so, so someone blacking out might not be that untoward, but again, I'm going to leave that up to you, but
William, can you grab Fujin? I'm just going to load. I'm sorry. Sorry to be indelicate. I'm just going to
Move on.
Help.
No, that's fair. Let me help.
please, I appreciate your candor, and I believe she would not want me to linger, put myself at rest. She was always thinking about other people. I'm not ready to give up on her. Not yet. The last things that she spoke of were words of defiance. And if I can carry that defiance in my heart, I know that the best thing that I can do would be to deny her soul to him. So yes, we still need to get her to the Cathedral of St. Andrew. Your words have inspired some hope within me. And he helps you get her body up onto Pony Soprano, in a very
doing the
delicate
trucker's
manner.
hitch
Yeah. Ratchet strap. You hear
around the
cracking
neck.
as you ratchet her down. She's secure. She falls off 3 times. And
Hits her head.
part of her body like falls off as she comes off the horse. So you got to put her back on there and kind of like stick the
We wrapped her in cooking twine.
put the scapula back on or whatever. So yeah, no, you get her on the horse. She's there. She's bound up. And Ismark seems to be, he's distraught. He might not be acting completely rationally, but he seems to be willing to go along with what you guys want, if nothing else, because it just gives him a sense of purpose, a sense of direction at this point when he feels lost, I guess.
Yep.
So
If we're going to start moving, Fritz should go up front with Bright Eyes to see if to keep an ear out for anything, because they're sharing their consciousness now.
Ooh.
yeah, we should move up ahead. Leave these dummies behind.
So they sort of, dum-dums. And so they sort of run off, probably 100 meters up ahead.
100 meters.
Just to give yeah.
Okay.
Just to completely within run back distance, but it's a sick of running into stuff on this road. And, Bright Eyes is sort of like starting to like bag out all the humans for our lack of smarts, really. He's smarter than Fritz, essentially. And he's getting sick of it. So he's like, let's go up ahead. Let's not fall into another trap. But he says it in his weird Bright Eyes way.
I dig it. So Bright Eyes and Fritz ranging ahead. There's that word,
Yes.
ranger.
I'm
Oh my
gonna
god.
I'm gonna be a ranger. Oh my god! And he's also gonna look around for like plants and stuff, because that's what rangers do.
He's one of them
As he
ranger folks. And
is.
okay, so you're moving ahead about 3 kilometers ahead of everyone else. Good.
No, 100 meters.
No. If everyone else is happy to move along, I'm happy to progress things if you wish to do so.
Happy to move along.
Yeah.
One quick thing while we're like just starting to move out, I'd like to go up to Thana and be, I know a lot's been changing for us all, but I don't think you're as far away from your religion as you think. The Hades will still get his soul right. We've just delayed it.
Do save it. I appreciate the sort of the commisery, but I think it's done and dusted. These sorts of this spell. I found it in a book of necromancy. It's that sort of stuff is incredibly frowned upon. Trust me, I've dug my grave, and I'm not entirely sure how I feel about it, but I know it was the right thing. I just don't know if it was. Anyway, and she sort of you get the sense that she'd rather not talk about it. She's really conflicted.
I understand. If you need an ear, I'm always here.
And just checking, William did get Fujin, right?
No, Fujin's still in the bushes
No,
on his
Fujin
own.
stayed
He
behind.
comes back out and like everyone's gone. And he's-
Kicking rocks.
Like, my girlfriend's dead. I don't give a shit now.
Yep.
As if Irina would be out of his eyesight at any point.
Yeah, so on the road, just would we be taking a short rest on this road, DM?
That's entirely up to you.
I think we need to take a rest. I'm exhausted. Like, I have like no spells left.
Yeah, we can't be out after dark though.
Yeah,
And-
we need to keep moving. I just meant like, does it a brisk walk? Is it counted as a short rest? I'm asking the DM where.
Look, the walking won't count as a rest, just by the words of taking a rest. But you can, of course, rest for 10 minutes before you leave, or rest for half an hour before you leave, or whatever a short rest is. You can, of course, do that.
Yeah. Or Fritz has everything still, so he can be on the lookout if everyone wants to sort of meditate and walk. It's like, shut up. No. That's actually not how this works.
Look, I think we need to keep moving, personally. Like, as Thana sort of mentioned, we are on a bit of a time crunch. And that was a second level spell for her. And that is it.
So,
Because
short
I tried
rest?
to cast Guiding Bolt on the crawly maggoty thing.
Yes or no?
So, that's it. No.
No to the short rest? Anyone else want a short
No
rest
to the
before you
short
go?
rest. That's what I vote on.
I don't need one, but I'm happy to do what everyone else needs.
No, that's right. I literally was
Alright.
just asking if
Okay.
walking counts as a rest.
No,
because,
I would say probably not. It's and it's pretty bad conditions that you're walking in. Like I said, it's begun to rain. The roadway turns to mud for the most part.
All good.
It's damp. It's gross. It's uncomfortable. And you are always dogged by this feeling of being watched. No matter where you go, you can't help the feeling that there's always just something just around the next corner. Thana, give me a history check, please.
History. I love history checks, even though I'm a dum-dum. Oh, that was good. This is good. That was a 14. That's like above mediocre. We like that.
That's good job.
Well done.
We need.
All right.
It's sad when we think 14's brilliant. We're not rolling well.
When we think a 14 is like a win, that's
Oh my god!
well, that's actually not too bad. I mean, if 10's mediocre, that's like, yeah.
It is.
All right. So you are thinking about that book of necromancy where you found this spell that is discouraged from your And you're not you're a cleric, you're a priest, you're not a wizard, so you don't necessarily learn spells from scrolls or books or anything like that, but you can pick up, rituals and um, different theologies from tomes and stuff like that.
Mm.
And you remember the name? It is the Amber Concordance of Kazan. Khazan. You suddenly just remember the title of the this condemned piece
Random
of
book?
literature.
She's sort of like walking along. She's like, huh. And she turns to Bill and she's like, how well read are you, Iron Dancer?
Oh, not very. Like my parents only had a modest sized library. Like I don't think I'm very well read at all. Like I mean, I
fucking
obviously had to read the book a
brilliant.
week every 10 day. I had to make sure that I had finished that book. But yeah, apart from that, like it's a normal amount.
Tane, as the performance inclined person, or perhaps Fujin, maybe even, have either of you ever heard of a book called Amber
A book.
Concordance?
No,
Oh,
what's that?
A book. But it's called Amber Concordance of Kazan. Does that mean anybody?
The Amber Concordance of Kazan.
Fujin?
Oh wow.
I got a 15 despite my -3, which actually I like story-wise because I'd like to think that maybe I've seen, if not this, mentions of it back during my childhood in the Arcane Brotherhood's Tower. I might not have had a chance to read it, probably because I probably didn't have permission to read it, but maybe glancing it or whatnot. I'm not sure how much I'd know with a 15.
15.
Is it Arcana or History?
Yeah, I'll take Arcana. I'll take
They're
Arcana.
both a -3 for
Give
me.
the
I
wizard
rolled
Arcana.
They're both a -3 for me.
Yeah, and they're both +2 for me. But
Oh, no need to brag, Mister
there's only a 5 difference, and watch me get like a 6.
Mister Arcana over here. It's not about the size of your Arcana that matters, okay?
It's what you do with it.
It's how you roll.
Oh,
Oi!
actually, in saying that,
Fujin, you don't know shit.
I
Bill,
didn't get an 18 on the dice like Fujin, but I got an 18 in the
you
end.
know everything. The Amber Concordance of Kazan. I'd say, Fujin, you have seen not a copy of this book, but you have seen some references to a book called the Amber Concordance of Kazan or something similar to it. In a book that was basically a encyclopedia of knowledge passed down from people who either attempted or became liches. That's what you would know. Bill, perhaps you've seen the same thing. You would know a little bit more that this is supposedly a works from someone who attempted to achieve lichdom, who was also known to be a well-regarded architect. But the origin of the works is largely unknown, forgotten about, although whatever it is you saw this work referenced in theorizes that the book originated from a secluded demiplane, because whoever was researching this information couldn't find any originating source of the works whatsoever. Yeah, that's what I can give you with that. I know it's not a lot of information, but it might be relevant sometime later. It might not be. Who knows? But interesting.
I remember it. I mean, it was only a minor part of my studies, of course, as a boy, but architecture was one of those prominent subjects that Mama or Papa decided to put on me. So I remember Kazan being a bit of an influential there, but something toggles me about it. Him also trying to become a lich. I can't place everything. I don't.
Lich. I'm
Yeah.
sorry. Backtrack to the part about the liches.
Yes, he made. He was quite an architect as well.
Oh my god! I casted a spell from a lich book. Oh my god!
I mean, it could have just been about the architecture.
I'm going to cry. I think I'm going to cry. Actual tears, not bloody tears, like genuine actual tears. Oh my god.
Can you cry with water?
One thing as well that I will add to the information that you have on Kazan's, reference to his interest in architecture. Specifically, Kazan was specialized in a very particular type of architecture, what we would know as Germanic Gothic architecture. Particularly, he had come up with a very unique way of creating spires, towers, that required very minimal materials and had very strong structural integrity so that they could be much taller than other towers. I know. Again, strange piece of information. Interesting nonetheless.
And Tane is still he's like in front a little bit of these two talking, and his eyes are just wide at the reference of the Iron Dancers being referred to as Mama and Papa.
Take
Like,
1d4 points of
home.
psychic damage.
Yeah, he
this was Delta
knew
Green.
that he was the son of the heroes, but he never, this is William Bloody Iron Dancer, and he's the son of Mama and Papa.
Thana looks at Fujin and she sort of ushers him away from the rest of the party as they're walking. She's like, in all seriousness though, if I turn into a lich, I'm going to need you to kill me.
I know the book you mentioned from the Brotherhood's Towers in Luskan. You don't seem like the same types of people that were interested in that knowledge. They were very selfish and fragile people, scared of not having control. You're quite the opposite to that.
I guess I'm just confused. There were lots of books in that pile that were going to be burnt. And that spell that Bill cast on me. I don't want to lie and say that I don't know how to cast it. I do know how to do that. I just, you know what I mean? I don't know.
All I know is I'm grateful for what you did. I've had a lot of magic hurt me in the past, and it's nice to see that it can also do the opposite. I don't know what your teachings explain and what Hades expects of you, but I know that I'm grateful.
I have to say, it felt wrong in my head, but in my heart it felt right, and I realize that's cheesy, but I can't really explain it any other way. It felt like the right thing to do, and it sort of, I don't know, I heard this weird voice in my head, and I think I'm just a little bit scared, really.
What whatever the voice was saying, I don't think your subconscious would be helping you at the moment. You're going through a lot.
No, it was talking about, and she'll sort of say it to the larger group, like, it was talking about stitching together Irina and, like, something about Titania, and it was just bizarre. Like, it felt like the time that, one of my friends from the cloister slipped some mushrooms into my tea. It was really strange.
I've put that into the chat log for you guys to see now that she has shared that information. I just wrote down what I said, so you have that to refer to if you wish to do so.
Wait, go back. I thought that this was your own just concerns and maybe thoughts as you were deciding on what to do. Someone communicated with you? Was it Hades?
I'm going to be very perfectly honest with you and say that I've never directly spoken to Hades. I mean, he certainly guides my actions, but, I've never really I'm only a junior. This is like my, this is my, like, free year to go out and explore. I'm hardly worthy of speaking with him.
Does the name Titania, is that one of your, like, elders at the clergy?
No. I don't know who that is. It was, it was really strange. I've never heard any of this before, and the voice was, like, so wrong, but so right. And it was like I just didn't feel like I don't know. It's just, yeah.
Well, I don't know what the voice was telling you, but me and Ishvern might have Ismark might have a solution. I don't know what this is about stitching in a Titania, but in Vallaki, where I'm hoping that at least most of us can go, I'm not sure what your thoughts are still about the dinner for you and Fritz, but there's a powerful cleric there like you, but devoted to the Morning Lord.
Not
otherworldly
that
powers.
guy again. More Morning Lord people, truly.
The other one obviously was not the best, but the teachings, at least of Palor back in the normal world, was about the sun, life. Maybe there's hope for Irina, even if the person who we're dealing with is a jackass.
Well, you know what? I may as well see it through this far. I don't exactly have anything left. I return to my cloister now that I've sullied my magic in this way. So I suppose we'll just lead on, she says, with, like, with that, like, arm thing. But she doesn't, like, it's just like an empty, yeah.
I'll just whisper, like, under my breath, like a passing thought, like, maybe these are some of the trials that you were sent to deal with. I'm not sure. And I'll sort of shrug and also start walking.
Okay. Very good. And the journey continues. I'll take you all to the map now. And
As
turn
you're
that
taking
off.
us to the map, I'll just right. Like, we heard her say all that stuff you put in text.
I don't know how much of it Thana would have recounted word for word necessarily. But
It was pretty unintelligible bits and pieces, exactly what I said. So, like, stitching back together some lady called Titania, a voice that sounded like nothing she'd ever heard. It felt wrong but right at the same time. Like, I mean, if pressed, she might remember more, but...
Like, basically the bit I'm interested in is the I have been set free. Right, so do you reckon, you know how they said we're trapped in this, like, bullshit place? Do you reckon this is someone that's escaped?
I mean, maybe?
Or
Surely.
maybe it's one of the Vistani who are sort of allowed to move around.
I mean, it didn't feel like an escape, like, haha, I got out. Fuck you. It felt more like, I've been freed in a power sort of sense.
Just quickly, while you guys are chatting, can I roll a perception check just to keep an eye out for danger as we're traveling? Anything watching or
I'll tell you what.
stalking us?
I'll get that from Fritz first, since
Ranger?
Fritz is 7 kilometers ahead of you guys.
100 meters.
You got outside of the fog. You did it.
So we'll start with Fritz, and then we'll
Yeah.
and then we'll see what you guys roll.
Just to use my hero point, can I please have advantage?
Ah, you son of a bitch. Okay.
Okay, actually, I've got a +5. I'm going to roll an actual dice. You ready?
Oh, I've got my actual. Where did your dice come from?
A fruit bowl dice?
Oh, yeah. All right, so first roll is 11, so I got a 16. 2 16s.
All right,
Fruit
pair of
bowl
16s.
dice
Dude, that's
can't
pretty
roll.
good.
Pretty fucking good. Now, Fujin, roll me one. So, Fritz, looking ahead. Fujin.
Natural 20.
Looking back.
No,
Get
hero
out
of
of here with that
inspiration. I'm going to reroll.
All right.
15.
Okay.
Look at us. Yeah.
Mr. Longview,
Brilliant.
you notice this first because you're 7 kilometers ahead of everyone else. You're 100 meters ahead of everyone else, so
100
you
meters.
notice it first. The path remains pretty clear for a while. Nothing untoward happens, but you do venture into a more forested region as you journey through these foothills. Lifeless. Nothing. Not the sound of a bird, not the sound of a deer or a squirrel. Nothing. Just quiet.
Okay, so to Fritz, that would be more alarming than anything.
Lots of birds. I think.
Is it possible? Yeah, is it possible to can Bright Eyes do checks at all, or can I get can I just converse with him and see what he's sort of picking up?
Yeah. All right. Let me roll the dice. See what happens. Ooh, that's no good. I rolled a 9. What do you want?
But that's a lot for a wolf.
Yeah, it's pretty good.
Pretty good.
Oh, is this a perception check?
Yeah, sure.
Does he have keen smelling or whatever? Does he get advantage?
I'm not sure.
Natural 20.
Bam.
We'll take it.
We'll take.
I don't know what to tell you.
Bright Eyes doing good.
We're being
Oh, yeah.
watched, but from a distance. Oh, there's the howling of a wolf. Perfect timing. Maybe you even hear the howling of a wolf just as he says that, but in the middle distance. But then you hear it further away, repeated. Further away again, repeated. Then, like right at the very edges of your hearing, maybe you hear it again. He's like, it's a message.
Can you decipher it?
Yeah. I speak a little bit of wolf myself.
Well, they might have a different dialect.
We don't speak the same as you people. But every sound that we make carries with it some sort of idea. And this one is like Progress is being made. Something's coming. Be ready.
How far?
What?
How far?
How far? How far what? I don't understand the message.
Can you tell how far away?
No, I mean they're carrying the message to a distance that I can't hear, but somewhere towards the northeast. They're telling someone that something is coming and to be ready, but not in a threatening way, more like what you want will be there soon. Something like that, you know.
Well, good job, buddy.
Yeah.
And I'd just convey what I'd sort of slow down and convey what I was just told to the group.
And now all of you start to hear something else, if I can bring it up. Layered over the top of the sounds of the rain, the gentle breeze in the trees, you begin to hear a persistent, deep rumbling sound that continues to grow as you continue on the path. And you follow the dirt road.
Is it the windmill? Is it the windmill?
As it clings to the side of the mountain foothills, and it ends at an arching bridge of mold-encrusted stone that spans a natural chasm. Gargoyles, cloaked in black moss, perch on the corners of the bridge, their frowns eerie and weather-worn. On the mountainous side of the bridge, to your right, is a impressive waterfall that spills into a misty pool nearly 1,000 feet below the bridge.
Oof.
The pool feeds into a river that then meanders into the fog-shrouded pines that blanket the valley. What do you do?
Proceed
So-
carefully.
Is the chasm blocking our way? Sorry.
No, I mean, the chasm is blocking your way. It is cutting right across the direction that you're going in, towards the north, sort of easterly kind of direction. If you look on the world map there, you can see that there's a bridge spanning the chasm, and the bridge
Oh, okay.
is in good condition.
And was it moss encrusted stone or mold?
Good question. Let me bring that up for you.
It sounded moldy.
No, he said mold. I just wanted to make sure, confirm, because that's a very different situation. And I did roll a survival check, and I'm just gonna quietly, like, not to upset the ranger or the wolf, just go, William, I feel like we kind of walked southwest for miles, and then like a little bit northwest, and then northeast for miles. And I'm pretty sure that path back there is literally where we came from. And sort of points to the path that we...
I think I remember that tree. I think you're right.
Yeah, that's where we stopped for a piss, right there. I'm pretty sure that's our best.
I mean, you did. I obviously didn't. I didn't need to.
That gap is around about quarter of a mile, just so you're aware. And it is thick vegetation, so just following the road along.
Okay, so we didn't loop.
You didn't loop necessarily, but you did meander. And also keep in mind, like I said, you're pretty much on the side of a mountain. These are quite steep foothill sort of region. The river is 1,000 feet below where you are at the moment. So you've not only been walking, but you've also been going up an incline as you've gone along. So it may seem on the map like you have gone the long way around, but you haven't necessarily. The path that you have followed has gone steadily uphill.
Okay.
Oh, and the waterfall just stopped. Put the waterfall back on. There it is. Okay. Waterfall, bridge, 1,000 feet down, gargoyles, and to be specific, mold encrusted stone.
Mold. Okay.
Yeah. Yes. Black moss
Fritz,
perched the corners of the bridge.
You get there before us, so
The gargoyles.
how goes it?
Me?
Fritz.
Yeah, you.
No,
you're in
yeah.
front.
Yeah. So basically, I'm a ranger, so this should be my jam. Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. If you're into jam.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Moldy jam.
So, moldy jam.
Toe jam.
I'm wondering, are there any that I could do which would be helpful at the moment?
Sure. Give me a survival check. Maybe there's some tracks or something you can find.
Yeah.
Moldy pass.
22.
Very good.
Wow.
You do see signs of foot traffic. You can see the footprints of animals that have come this way. You see, just in the general vicinity of where you are, some hoof prints, some maybe paw prints of what appears to be wolves, large wolves. And, interestingly, when you were in the village of Barovia, you tracked down an elderly lady,
Yes.
Morgantha,
The demon.
by following a pair of cart tracks. Now, you can't be sure it's the same cart, but you believe that someone has been pushing a very similar sized cart along this same road that you've been following and passes over the bridge. Maybe you can see the mud where it goes from the dirt road onto the bridge itself.
Yep. So it looks like this is a bridge that is in use.
There's not that much foot traffic human foot traffic, I should say. There is some, but you can tell at least animals use this bridge fairly frequently.
And how far across is it?
Good question. Allow me to look at something and I'll be able to answer it.
Thank you.
If I haven't made a mistake
Fritz.
here.
I hate to remind you, but the old lady was a demon, and she said not to go. Well, she said to go to the windmill to meet her children, which are probably demons. So I suggest to all of us we do not go over the bridge. But that's just my thoughts.
I don't think we have a choice. Do we have a choice? Which direction is the town in?
Yes. No, we'll have to cross this bridge. It's about 80 feet across, by the way, 75 to 80 feet across. And Ismark will tell you that you will have to cross this bridge, travel through the foothills, and if they're talking about a windmill, you'll probably pass that windmill, but not until you've gone through the western gates of Barovia.
Okay, well, I think Fritz would then suggest to everyone that we go in pairs across the bridge in case, we get ambushed or anything. So Fritz and Bright Isaac go first, and then would suggest, in pairs, just because we're not sure of the structural integrity because of the mold. That's concerning.
I'm obviously quick on my feet. Tane, I'll go with you. You seem to be the heaviest with that armor of yours.
Who's carrying Arena?
I
Tony
will.
Soprano's with me.
I feel. Oh, okay. That's 3 people on the bridge. Now I'm worried.
It's 3 and a horse, really.
Yeah, no,
Tony
two at a
Soprano
time,
is
everyone.
Doing the lifting here.
2 at a time.
Why don't I
Beast, man, or corpse?
Why don't I take Pony Soprano with me if you're okay with that, Tane?
Yeah, all right.
So Fritz is across and he's like shouting from the side, 2, but trying to keep his voice down as well.
Yeah, I'll start approaching with
Gesturing
like
wildly.
the lead of Pony Soprano and Irina on the back. I'm not the best at it, but I'm still cautious, so I'd probably do, I guess, like an investigation check of the bridge. Make sure that like I'm not stepping on anything that's about to give out.
At that moment.
If that's okay.
No, nothing happens. Do your
Can I just
investigation
say
check.
my survival check? Yeah, I was thinking my survival check should have counted for that, shouldn't it?
It
Or did I need
would
to do another
count
one?
for like if there's any creatures or anything nearby. I'd be like, yeah, you see tracks of a horrifying dragon monster. I would have
Yeah.
told you.
What about structural integrity? Would that have covered that?
Oh, yeah, I probably would have given you a little bit of information. It's really hard. Structural integrity, like, would that just be straight up intelligence? I don't know. Let me have a look at what you rolled.
22.
Christian? Oh, stealth check for...
I hadn't rolled it yet. I just wanted to double check. So yeah.
Yeah.
Because investigation's usually like looking for traps and stuff.
Yeah.
Because you're looking for small little hidden details. I'm assuming
Yeah.
looking for like small little hidden details of signs of this thing about to give way. I'm horrible at it. Yeah, perfect. Cool. -1.
Yeah.
I rolled a 2 minus 3.
Yeah, it's definitely...
Great.
You
That's
think it
super
might give you some
Wait,
whey protein
way.
later. And you're pretty
This
pumped
way,
about
mate.
that.
Like more focused on Irina as I keep like looking at her instead of like where I'm going, making sure that the horse is safe and that she's on top and not sliding off.
Yeah, every couple of feet, Pony Soprano like reaches back and grabs your like little tunic with his teeth and pulls you forward. Like you're going the wrong way. Stay on the bridge.
And you cross
Good
the
old Pony
bridge,
Soprano.
and nothing happens. And you continue on your way for another...
Thank God.
I just wanted to play that out to see how paranoid you would get. So, about 2.5 miles or so. Again, continuing your incline as you go. So, let's say another hour passes. So now, since you have left, you've probably done 2, maybe 3 hours. So it might be around about 3 in the afternoon as you have continued on your journey. Let me draw that for you so we can keep track of where you've been.
And we would be moving at pace as well, just because we're aware, it's going to get dark, and that's terrible.
Okay, so do you guys want to increase the tempo up to a fast speed, which will probably cut it down a little bit to maybe 2 hours instead of 3?
Yeah. Tane would be pushing them, yeah.
Okay.
The whole point was for us to leave and get going so we can get there before dark.
Yeah, keeping in mind as well, moving at a fast pace, you get a -5 to your passive perception, so I will be taking that into account if you are to be ambushed.
Yeah.
Luckily, you're not.
Does the just to check, because obviously this is the first time that we're encountering this sort of like a traveling pace, at least properly looking at it.
Yep.
Can we look at the 2024 Ranger quickly and just see if they still have the effects of like favored terrain where you can travel fast in your chosen area?
There we go.
Yeah, there has to be something good with Rangers, because I've been...
I know a lot more of the new Ranger has focused very much on the hunter's mark aspect of a Ranger nowadays, but I know the old one, it had advantages for things like a traveling pace.
Just Explorer, choose one of skill proficiency, you get expertise, and 2 languages, so nothing there. Subclass. Nothing there.
Yeah, I chose Beast of the Land as well. So
Here's what I'll tell you. Roll me a survival check. You get DC. Let's make it DC 12. You hit that, and I'll take away that -5 to your passive perception.
yeah, because I am a ranger. There has to be some good things. All right.
Yeah, you range ahead.
Oh, that's terrible. I got a 2, so 5.
All right. So continuing that -5, but that's something that we can carry on later as well. But after a while, the rain starts to thin a little bit, and the vegetation follows suit. Up ahead, looming over the foothills and the sheer cliff faces to your right, you see 2 titanic stone figures, not unlike the gates that you passed through when you first arrived in Barovia.
Oh no, I've seen this before.
Just like the gates that you passed through on your way into Barovia,
No.
they are both headless, with their heads lying choked with weeds at their feet. Both of these silent guardians are flanking a wrought iron gate that is currently barred, closed. However, the most interesting thing that you see here is an impressive looking, sorry, let me just change this sound here, get rid of that. Black.
Guys, I've got to dip out. Sorry, my brain pressure's just crashed. I'm going to dip out.
Okay.
You guys can be Fritz.
All right,
Good night.
we're about to finish up anyway, so yeah.
I know, it's bad. Okay, bye.
An impressive, regal, black chariot stands right beside the roadway. Standing at the head of the chariot are 4 beautiful black horses that paw nervously at the ground as you approach. And a couple things are going to happen. Number 1, and I'm mad that, not mad, but it's unfortunate that Jem left just before this happened, because first thing that happens is you guys level up.
Yay!
Hey.
And the second thing that
Finally!
happens is we bring tonight's episode to a close, and we'll see you all again next week with some level 4 fucking characters.
Excellent.
That is one step closer to Revivify. One step closer.
Let's
To
do
the
it.
end, I'm about to break everything you say to me. If this was Alien Earth, that's what would be playing right now. Linkin Park. That was an awesome episode. I really had fun tonight. I didn't know where it was going to go, how things were going to play out, but it played out pretty goddamn well. You guys have reached level 4. It's a juicy level in Dungeons and Dragons, because it's the level where you get to choose a feat, right?
If you didn't multiclass.
If you didn't multiclass, so everyone except for Christian, you're going to have a great level. So level up.
I get my subclass finally.
You get some fun things. You get your subclass. So
Yeah,
level
yeah,
up
yeah,
in like during the course of the week. Pick the things that you like. Pick the things that you don't like. Whatever. Do whatever you want to do. Make sure you remember what it is that you got with your 4th level, because when we come back, hopefully next week, we'll have a little bit of chat about what you got, and of course, some pretty big decisions that have to be made here. this is where the story can diverge in very meaningful ways. So I'm interested to see what you guys decide to do from this point forward. So think about it.
I'm excited to cast Augury as soon as we get back on the next episode.
Thank you for warning me.
It's the first thing
Thank you.
fucking do.
Thank you for letting me know so I can prepare whatever vague nonsense I'm going to tell you. That's great. I appreciate it.
Well, you have 4 choices. It's wheel,
What?
woe, wheel and woe, woe and wheel. I can't remember.
You know, it's always going to be both of them.
One
That's
thing I do
unfair.
have to, and I think Thana, you're gonna have to take the reins here. I drew the card from the Taraka deck, like we were talking about,
Yeah.
Yeah.
and it was the 5 of. Is that like armor or swords or like?
Do you mind? Describe the card to me? It's the 5 of swords.
There's 5, and there's 5 armored people, all standing in a line.
Have they got swords with them?
I did put it into our private chat just so you can
cool.
see.
Okay, yeah, I'll have a
Oh,
look.
a little private chat between you two. Don't invite anyone else.
No.
Oh, no, actually,
Yes,
The
Gus. No, I'm
the
just joking.
cast.
It's the Monty Python
that's-
and Holy Grail card.
That is swords. So that's 5 of swords. Let's have a look. See. Did you, just out of curiosity, because this actually does matter, when you drew it out of the deck, did you draw it upside down or was it that exact direction?
It was upright and as you see.
Okay, yep. If you ever draw it upside down, let me know, because that does matter. But, signifying conflicts, disputes, and potential feelings of defeat or hollow victory, it warns against battles where there are no true winners and encourages resolving conflict through open, honest communication rather than aggression.
Wow. I mean, it's perfect. Yes. Jem just said that's exactly what you guys did. So
Yep.
that, God damn it. God damn it. Damn you, Barovia. Damn you, Strahd, for invading our lives with your mystical, magical darkness. All right. A couple things I have to say. Again, I want to thank our affiliate partner, Fruitbowl Dice, for helping support the channel. You can support them by heading over to fruitbowldice.com, buying some dice, and you can help us by using the affiliate code Crit and Miss, second page of the checkout. And you can score yourself a free gift. Who doesn't like a free gift? Speaking of things that are free, make sure you check out tabletopaudio.com if you enjoy the ambience that you hear during every episode of Beckoned Blackest Night. We are allowed to use that completely free, and you guys can as well for your home game. They have a huge list of ambience tracks, and no, that's pretty much it. They really specialize in that, and they do it really well. They don't have anything else, but what they do have is fucking perfect. So make sure you check them out. That is tabletopaudio.com.